What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Stock Holiday, right back at you again with the latest and the greatest in these cryptocurrency markets. Now do your boy a quick favor and hit that like button. Now do me one more favor and hit that subscribe button. Today we have another opportunity to get things right, to get things placed and in position in the world of cryptocurrency with our Bitcoin, with our altcoins, all that good stuff. We're going to talk about a few things today. We're going to compare altcoins to Bitcoin. We're going to talk about why I'm so bullish on Bitcoin right now, why Bitcoin is king, was the king in the beginning and will always be the king of cryptocurrency. But we're also going to talk about how these altcoins can change your life with the multipliers that they can make. So let's go ahead and take care of a little bit of housekeeping before we get into those topics of the day. Currently right now, Bitcoin is $67,700. That's an excellent level. Bitcoin have just been trading sideways for the past few weeks, and as Bitcoin have been trading sideways, we've been seeing the altcoins dip. Some altcoins have been spiking. Nevertheless, the overall altcoin market have been stable, holding steady, or dipping. The Bitcoin dominance is strong today. The Bitcoin dominance is 58.16%. Believe this is the first time that I've seen the Bitcoin dominance at a 58% level over the past few months since we have been tracking the Bitcoin dominance on a daily basis. So that is excellent. We've been talking about seeing a 59% Bitcoin dominance as high as a 60% Bitcoin dominance before we really start to see altcoins take off. So great direction that Bitcoin is heading in. That means that we are very close to seeing a full-blown altcoin season. Fear and greed index is at 52. That's because some of the altcoins are getting beat down. Bitcoin is doing its thing, is holding strong, is having pumps here and there. Nevertheless, so many folks are deep in bed with the altcoins and don't have any exposure to Bitcoin. So they are going through a little bit of frustrations right now. Nevertheless, that is why the fear and greed index is at 52. Ethereum, same thing, not really performing as folks have been expecting. $2,490 for one Ethereum is very subpar as far as what we were expecting Ethereum to do, especially since the most recent Ethereum spot Ethereum ETF was approved earlier this year. So those are some of the things we're going to be talking about today. So let's go ahead and get into some of the topics. Like we mentioned before, I'm super bullish on Bitcoin. Understand that we are in a bull market. You know, just because your coins are not exploding don't mean that we are not in a bull market. Bitcoin is the big dog. Bitcoin is the king. If you track the trajectory of Bitcoin and see where it's been and see where it is right now, that will declare that we are in a bull market. Pumptober, October, a lot of folks saying, what's going on with Pumptober? Why is my coins not pumping? Why is my portfolio not exploding in October? Everybody was talking about Uptober, Pumptober. I have not seen anything explode. Nevertheless, Bitcoin is the king. Bitcoin is the big dog. Did Bitcoin pump? Yes, it did. $61,000 to $68,000 or $69,000. So Bitcoin did see some of the pump. The altcoins, most of them did not see the traditional pump that we were expecting to see. But like I say, every cycle is different, and every time everybody is thinking the same thing and expecting the same thing, typically the market does a little bit of a fake out. Who knows what's going on? Nobody have a crystal ball. Nevertheless, we still have 1 week left for October. This is the last week of October that we'll be going into, and hopefully we see a little bit more excitement, some more explosive pumps with the altcoins. Hopefully we can see things start to recover heading into November election. So this is going to be a very pivotal and important week for us to monitor, watch, and see how these various coins run, see how Bitcoin run, because we understand that Bitcoin is king. And, you know, a lot of folks have learned a valuable lesson this particular cycle. Some folks were getting into altcoins very deep without having any exposure into Bitcoin. Bitcoin, the large cap coins, are the coins that really stabilize and anchor your portfolio. As small cap coins, the meme coins, they're very volatile. Those are some of the coins that can really drag your portfolio to the bottom. Can drag it real low, and at the same time, it can drag it real high. So, there's that's why they call it high risk, high reward. But that's why I always say it's very important to have your portfolio diverse. You want to have some large cap coins, the Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solanas. Get you some small cap coins and get you some meme coins. So your portfolio can be anchored pretty decent with some of the large cap coins and not being dragged down to the bottom because you don't have any exposure in the large cap coins. So each cycle, we learn lessons. Some folks are new here. They're learning lessons that'll take them to the next cycle, 2028, the next Bitcoin halving. So continue to learn. Nobody is going to be the smartest in the room. Never act like you're the smartest in the room. We all have room to learn. We all have places that we can level up and get better in. So it's a never-ending journey. We're always learning, always looking to get better. So last week of October, we're approaching, look like we are probably about 5% away from all-time highs. And understand that Bitcoin is a very explosive asset. At any particular point in time, Bitcoin can explode $4,000 in one day, $5,000 in one day. If Bitcoin really go on one of those explosions in a matter of one day, Bitcoin can go from $68,000 to $73,000 and be approaching new all-time highs, getting ready to test and break the all-time high levels. We understand that we're very close. Could be days away from breaking the all-time high, could be weeks away from all-time high. But typically the all-time highs are broken near the November election. We are days away from the November election. So excitement level is there. It might not feel like it because our portfolios is not seeing it. Nevertheless, the things that are on the other side of that mountain, on the other side of this cycle, is very explosive. Every cycle, we've seen it explode. After the election, we started seeing parabolic curves, started seeing altcoin season really start to develop. So I don't think this particular cycle will be anything different. Bitcoin is strong. Bitcoin is being used as a treasury reserve for various organizations, large institutions. Even some countries are going to be using Bitcoin as a treasury reserve. Donald Trump said if he gets voted in, he's going to use Bitcoin as a treasury reserve. Some of the other countries around the world are probably already using Bitcoin as a reserve to combat inflation, stabilize their economy, grow their economy. You see MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor. Every day I look at the stock market, I see the MicroStrategy stock just increasing. I'm like, what? Even days when Bitcoin don't pump, MicroStrategy stock, Michael Saylor, have been outperforming the entire stock market. Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy company have been outperforming Bitcoin. It's been amazing to kick back and see, but this guy bet on himself. He bet on Bitcoin, and it has been working out for him. Not only MicroStrategy, Tesla. Tesla bet on Bitcoin years ago. They've been buying Bitcoin for the past year since the previous cycle, and as you can see, their stock is growing. Richest man in the world, Elon Musk, behind Tesla. So these are some of the smartest people in the world when it comes to finances, when it comes to money. These guys are betting on Bitcoin. So that's why every portfolio should have a little bit of exposure into Bitcoin. Being diverse is very important. Nevertheless, Bitcoin is the big dog, is the king. It will continue to be the leader. As Bitcoin go, your altcoins will follow. So we are days away. We're about 5% away from reaching all-time high for Bitcoin. When will we see $74,000, $75,000? Will it be before November 5th or after November 5th? Nevertheless, we will see that number hit and reached based upon history is all we have to go off of. So hopefully that thing does happen and we can continue to ride on the right side of history. But nevertheless, we also have been looking at some of the altcoins, and you may be looking at your altcoins. You may be looking at Jasmy. How come Jasmy coin is not pumping? What's going on? You may be looking at XRP. How come XRP is not pumping? Well, we've been seeing XRP have been stable for a while, so that's no big deal. But you got coins like Avalanche. How come Avalanche is not moving? There's so many altcoins that are just holding still, maybe even dipping, but they're not really pumping and performing as we have hoped and as they were earlier in the year during the baby altcoin season. We were seeing those coins really start to explode. Well, if you take a look at the previous cycles, I went back, I took a look at Cardano. Cardano, the previous cycle in October 2020 was 10 cents. In November 2020, guess what the price of Cardano was? 10 cents. In December 2020, Cardano went up 100% to 20 cents. March 2021, Cardano was at $1.90. It did a 19x from October 2020 to March 2021. September 2021, Cardano was at $3.10. It did a 31x during that particular bull market altcoin season cycle. So that is just to give you a little bit of hope, give you a little bit of encouragement. Don't give up on your altcoins. Altcoin season is necessary for you to see these coins start to produce, start to pump. So patience is very important. If you take a look at Cardano, things were just running flat. October, it was running fairly flat in November, and then boom, all it takes is a little bit of spark from November to December, and there it goes. You start to see the bullish trends. You start to see the parabolic trends kick in and take place, and before you know it, your coin is doing a 10x. Your coin is doing a 31x in a matter of 8 or 9 months. So patience is very important. Understanding the 4-year cycle is very important. Typically, the year after the Bitcoin halving is when we start to see these parabolic curves. We took a look at Ethereum. Ethereum was $350 in October 2020. In November 2020, Ethereum went up a little bit, $550. Went up about 70%. May 2021, Ethereum was at $4,500. It did a 13x just that quick. So you have to be patient. You have to wait around till altcoin season really kick in. Nevertheless, it happens every cycle. We don't plan on it being any different this cycle. We saw the early pump this year from May to March 2024. That was the baby altcoin season. So we're expecting to see things really start to explode this cycle and this altcoin season, the same as it has done every cycle before this one. So we're a few days away from November 5th. That is the presidential election that is coming up. After that, we are really expecting to see green, green, green. Will there be some volatility over the next few days, next few weeks? Possibly. There probably will be some volatility leading up to election day. Nevertheless, I'm expecting Q4 to continue to produce green candles, to continue to produce dinero, making our money in that doggone portfolio. I'm expecting these altcoins to really kick in. Some of the altcoins we're in right now, they're dirt cheap. The market caps are low. They're $30 million market caps, $100 million market caps. We're expecting to do 15x. We're expecting to do 30x, 40x on these various coins in a matter of 12 months. That's all it takes. 12 months, your life could change around. Financial freedom, cryptocurrency bull market, altcoin season. This thing is a real thing. So come on over there. Join us in the Patreon. We would love to see you over there. But like I say, I just come to you guys every day just to give you a little bit of encouragement. Coming to you guys every day to give you that good motivation. And that's all I got for you on this one. It's your boy, Stock Holiday, and I'm out.